What is up, everybody? We are live in the mix. Welcome aboard, everyone. Haven't gone live in a little bit. This will be our second live podcast. My man JD just on his way, a little tied up at the moment. He'll be joining us here in a second. Give everybody an opportunity to jump in. In a little bit, we'll be giving out the link so you guys can actually join in. We want to treat this like a hotline show. You know what I mean? Like, you ever seen those people that call in? They're like, "Hey, man, long time listener, first time call." You know, that kind of thing. That's always dope. But there he is. There he is.
Big win, baby.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
win.
Did your boy? I didn't even watch I was watching the the Miami and Bills game, but I didn't watch the Giants game. I'm assuming you're pretty
Sorry, I did.
How was the game? I didn't even watch it.
Dude, I'm fired up. Let's talk cards. Whatever you want to talk. You want to talk cars? I don't care, man. Whatever.
Let's go. Let's see. What did they do? 31-24. Did it come down to
the refs almost cost it at the end there, but whatever.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like when you come in hot, man. This is good. Whew.
I'm ready.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. We already got some people in here. Post Kings, what's happening, man? Mod Call, what's going on, buddy? We're letting people trickle on in here. Let me see here. Man, dude. Lot going on this weekend. Big games going on. It's good.
Huge games.
It's getting good. Dude, the just like we obviously can't talk about it a whole lot, right? But we got some developments that have been popping up. You've been working on some stuff that's very exciting for Cardhedge. We're gonna show some folks the latest addition to the website here in a second with the market snapshot. That's just, I think you told River, like, this is like the greatest thing you've done since, making kids, right?
Yeah. Your life.
So it's that's a pretty big piece that we're going to showcase. So, and then just trying to figure out who we not trying to figure out, but just kind of try to walk through some of that stuff, because it's, I think I kind of tend to agree with you that piece of on the website for Cardhedge is pretty dope, and that's free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like, at any given time, you don't even have to be signed up. You could just pop on in and get a snapshot of what the market's doing, which is dope. So we'll get into that in a second.
Sure.
Let's see here. What else we got? Temple Bird's in the house.
Ooh, excuse me, man. I am fired up.
I can tell.
Dude. The Giants haven't been good in like 10 years, so I haven't had anything to do since September and forever.
Yeah.
Now we gotta go against the Eagles and Lou death match.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's real hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year.
Is that what it's going to end up being for the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that's going to be the back and forth between you and Lou is going to be just.
It's about to get ramped up.
Yeah. It's going to be must see TV for
it's
sure.
About to go next level.
You know what you guys should do? You know what? I would say that I would put the two of you on a live stream for the game.
No, it would get booted off YouTube.
We'd get booted off of YouTube for sure. We'd definitely get booted off of YouTube. What up, Peter? Shout out to my man Dream Collector. I got a lot of his slabs here specifically. Oh man, dude.
Was that the dude in Australia who's the
man?
Guy?
Look at this.
Nice.
Look at this.
Ooh.
That is a beautiful Hot Shots. Oh, my man. Listen, when it comes to Hakeem Olajuwon cards, my boy Peter's got the game on lock. He's got some monster cards.
When'd you get that?
Huh?
When'd you get that?
I didn't get this. This is Peter's stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. He usually, what he does is he buys a lot of stuff here in the States, because that's my boy, and he ships it over to me. And then he decides if he wants to get it graded. If he wants to get it graded, I send it in for him. Then And then he has another guy that he kind of consolidates all his stuff for him, and then just does one big package shipment to Australia, like every
Makes
2 or
sense.
3 months or whatever, because postage is like crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been pretty good, dude. The Dallas card show was awesome.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
talk
start
about
there.
that.
Let's start there because
You want to start there?
yeah, you know what, man? Because our last episode we were talking about that, and we, you referenced that the rooms were still available for the first time, and since you've been going, so what, let us know, what was it like?
So you want to do that? Do you want to do pickups first?
Nah, it's alive. Unless you got something you want to show. I have honestly like 50 hockey cards there. I'm not going through them all. So
well, I'll just go through one, which is my Jokic rookie that I picked up. Base Prism rookie. I was looking for one in either a PSA 9 or an SGC 9.5 for sale. I found one, but the dude was just, and we'll get to the pricing thing in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was all right. Anyway, we'll get into it in a second. But I picked this up. Found it from a guy who had it like one of those pre-grades, like raw grading thing that they do. Beckett does that where they'll like give you a raw grade.
SGC does that now too.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a company called Dallas Card Investor. I've never heard of it.
DCR or DCI.
DCI. Yeah. This was an 8, but it looked really good, and it had just some smudges on it. And of course,
you took it to Kurt.
I didn't take it to Kurt, but I used
I know.
Used the kit. And put it through the Kurt card wash, and this thing cleaned up nice.
Yeah, of course, baby.
So I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about that one. And then just the last one, mail time. This is it looks like a regular old Luka Doncic rookie card, hoops. But if you know what that card normally looks like, it has a white border, and this one does not. So this is an error that came out, and this is kind of the same scenario. It's it graded at 8.5. The surface seems to be, because the edges are crispy. I mean, this looks like a really good 8.5. So
is it listed as an error though?
Yeah, so it's actually listed as a no white border error.
Okay.
So this is a pretty common error that a lot of people are collecting. And so I picked this one up, and then I picked another one up yesterday that has another issue. And then 2 Şengün rookie cards, PSA 10s, which, like, because of the dog crap quality coming out of Prism this year, I picked up 2 that were PSA 10s, and I got a damn good deal on those, and those were the pickups. So
nice.
Got something for you. I saw it. I don't know if you have it, but I saw it in a dollar box, and I was like, why is this in a dollar box? Kevin Garnett, you can't really see it.
96 finest.
96 finest foundations.
Yep.
With the protectant still on it.
Yep. Cool. Send it on over, baby.
Huh?
Send it on over.
Yeah. Great centering.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Those cards are tough to find centered. So.
Oh, dude, this one's got really good centering, front and back. The front is like almost a dime piece in terms of centering. And then the back is, I mean, it's slightly, but barely noticeable. So, and then of course it's still got the front protectant peel on it. So if you take that off, the surface is going to be immaculate.
All right.
So yeah. And then I picked up 3, these were in a dollar box, bro. 3, who's this? Phil Jackson. I was going to say, 3 Phil Jacksons from 1969.
You know what they say, man? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Bro, dollar box, 1969 tops, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, I snatched him up for $1. So,
yeah, I gotta find something to show, I guess.
You got to do something, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been buying a lot of hockey, so like.
Buying hockey, why? Because of the off season, or just a good time to buy hockey, or what's the deal?
It's the middle of the season, dude. God,
oh, really?
You gotta pay attention.
Yeah,
here's a classic one: little Pasternak SP variation of him in a suit and his hat.
And a hat. Look at that hat.
Yeah, the glare sucks, but whatever.
Indiana Jones vibes right there.
Yep. I picked up a Griffey insert from '98 Revolution. This is Thorn in the Side.
Dude, you are jonesing on those Griffey inserts right now, aren't you?
Yep. These things, man. Like, so these are the Upper Deck. This is out of Upper Deck Series 1. This is the freestyles. This is the gold parallel. You can see the gold line going around everything.
Yep.
These are like 1 in 1,400 packs, and dudes are selling them for like $10.
Oh, dude, that's a serious odd to pull.
And then like I just been buying a lot of Metal Universe just came out for hockey, so like these, like I feel like Upper Deck missed a chance with these. This is the Big Men on Ice, Big Man on Ice. But they're like, they're not rare, right? They're inserted, I think, like every 5 packs, so you're gonna get a couple of box. But there's a parallel to these that are numbered out of 96, so that'd be kind of cool to chase.
Okay.
Grab some Planet Metal.
Shoot, look at those, man.
But there's a gold parallel to those as well. I actually went bananas on hockey. So,
I wish Fanatics would buy out Upper Deck.
No, Upper Deck is fine. Then I grabbed this bad boy. 1990 BDK Pan Am team. So kind of on a little kick of some minor league stuff I talked about in one of my previous videos. So I got some stuff coming there.
Nice.
But yeah, nothing
light
crazy.
light week for you, huh?
Well, I mean, not really. I mean,
I mean, volume wise, you've been picking up a lot, but
look at all this. I'm not gonna waste everybody's time, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Oh man. So, these show or shop pickups. I think for JD, they're online pickups, huh?
Yeah, mine are all eBay.
Yeah.
Why the Griffey was a Facebook. Actually, the Griffey, there's like 3 cards in there that are Facebook. Everything else is eBay for me.
Shout out to Global Sport Card Investor. I believe he's also in Australia. In the house. Jay Williams in the house. Man, a lot of folks popping in. Sweet.
Username, I do more online buying just because I don't have time to go to a show. It's impossible on the weekends for me to get anywhere.
Yeah, same here. I mean, we got one show that pops up monthly here in Houston, but I think in the last 3 times that I've been, it's like the same stuff. So like there's really, so I've been kind of less and less, likely to go. I give it like a month or 2, let it kind of, like 2 or 3 months before I go again, let it kind of refresh and see what else they got. But for me, it's all online.
Yep.
Jay says you got a hockey card problem, bro.
Yeah, I do. You know what? He does too, though. So he should. People in glass houses, Jay Wilson.
Yeah. Shouldn't throw stones, huh? Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, dude. So talking about the card show. So we left
Dallas
off
card show.
The Dallas card show, correct? Yeah, just so everybody's clear. We were talking a little bit about the Dallas card show last week's episode. That's kind of what we closed off on. And I remember telling you that as I was booking my room, I just out of pure curiosity went and checked the rooms at the actual convention center where the show was going to be at. I've been to the show maybe 5 or 6 times already. And every single time that I've checked, they've always been booked. You never have any vacancies. You can't get a room that weekend, no matter what. This past, like the week before, I checked and there was rooms available, which kind of first little red flag. I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. Rooms available. I get there Thursday night. I work from the hotel on Friday. I head out around like 3:00 Friday afternoon. The show.
Put on your leather?
Huh?
You put on your leather to go out?
But yeah, of course, man.
Nice,
the harness and the whole 9.
Yeah.
The collar, everything.
Yeah. Polo tie.
Yeah. That's right. And I head out there, and for it to be a Friday night, dude, it was pretty live. There was a lot of people there on a Friday. Made my way into the main room. The first maybe 4/5 of the convention center was jam-packed. There was people everywhere. All the vendors were there. There were a couple of vendors who weren't there, but you can see that they had set up. So they were kind of like set up and ready to go. And but the last 5th of the convention center was, as you got off and as you started getting towards that last 5th, there was empty tables. So there was some empty tables, which in the last 4 or 5 times that I've been, there has never been an empty table there ever. and it wasn't anything that you would say, oh shit, like there's like this is starting to come down. But but if you've been there the last 3 or 4 times, and the difference between that and today and this time around, it's starting to get a little bit noticeable, because they're starting, like, as you're getting towards the back of the convention center, there's starting to be some empty tables. And then once you get into that back corner, there used to be tables lined to the walls, and then now there's not. And then as you're getting into the convention center, it's starting to kind of trickle in empty tables. But so this was Friday, but the foot traffic was relatively the same for a Friday. We go to trade night that night, and this is the first time I've ever been to a trade night. We went to trade night that night, and if you don't get an opportunity to go to a card show, go to a trade night. Those things, the energy in those trade nights is insane, because it's basically taking the same energy for the whole show and putting it into a condensed space. And there's literally, I don't know if you've ever been to like you know, if you go to like the Caribbean or like to Mexico or something like that, and you walk these little walk through kind of like markets. They got like a blanket laid out,
like the straw market in the bottom.
Exactly. It was that kind of vibe, because as you're walking through the corridor in the hotel, there's just these little kids and these you know, guys set up, and they basically just pop out like a little chair, and then they put their cards out, and you're just kind of like walking by and you're making deals, and there's one guy walking from one spot to the other going, hey, this guy's got that, and this guy's got it's such a vibe, dude, in there. And like there's such a buzz going on as like all that's happening. And that was super dope to just kind of be. That's the first time I had ever experienced that. And I made some pretty good deals there that night too, which was pretty dope. So and then Saturday, the foot traffic was insane. Like the amount of people that were there didn't change, but the amount of dealers that were there was a little bit less. Both rooms, the secondary room and the main room, you can tell that there was about a fifth out of each room that was empty. There was no dealers there. There was no table
not
there.
Bad, though. I mean,
that's not bad though. That's what I'm saying. So even though that was the case, I still felt like the energy in the room was not any different than it was the first time I went, which was like a year ago. And so that made me feel good about kind of what's going on with you know, with the market.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear, because I was interested to hear your report on that.
It was still good, man. It was still good. And then also I got to hang out with the arena guys. Shout out to Alan, shout out to Taylor.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. Good times.
Those dudes are the best, man. It was I honestly, because I know we've been talking about how we're gonna make it out to the national and trying to figure that whole logistics out. Which we really need to start pinning that down. But man, if we could somehow figure it out, get with those guys and make it, those guys are a blast, dude. Especially Jeremy. Jeremy's a freaking hoot. It was a blast. We went out to dinner and stuff like that. We got to kick it, and then we went back to trade night and got hammered at trade night. So that was dope.
Nice.
Nice. Good guys, man. Good bunch of guys. But yeah, dude. I mean, alive and kicking. I'd say the show situation. So that makes me
good, man.
Makes me happy.
That's good, man. I think that's good for people to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a lot of comments here. What do we got going on? Hobby Champs in the house.
Hobby Champs in the house. You know, we
Temple Bird. You know what, man? We can't do a trade on the podcast because we collect the same crap. So it's hard for us to trade.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. So my man Peter's asking the other question. How are the prices?
Yeah, let's get into that.
So I'm gonna drop 2 videos, but this week, one that's gonna come out tomorrow that's kind of basically telling y'all the same thing I just told y'all about the show overall. But the other one I'm gonna do this week is about the prices at the show. And I think we've said this before. There's 2 types of guys. There's 2 types of sellers or out there that night.
Yep.
Those that understand what's going on in the market, and those that just simply don't. And within those that don't understand what's going on in the market, there's 2 camps. Either they're legit dealers, right? And they have big inventory, and they have a sticker on that inventory. And some of those folks, I'll give you a good example. There was a beautiful Tim Duncan rookie card, PSA 10. The one where he's sky hooking over Hakeem Olajuwon. I've been wanting to get that one for a while.
Yep.
And comps on it right now is about $60 is what I'm seeing on Cardhedge. 55, 60, 65, 50, 55, 60, kind of hovering around that area.
Yeah.
At one point, that was a $250, $300 card, right? This guy had a sticker on it for $150. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, you got it at 150, man. Like that, you're $100 off, right?
Yeah.
And even if the comps are at 60, I'm trying to get it for 40, right?
Right.
I'm gonna shoot you an offer at 40 and see where you're at, right? And see if we can start there. But I'm the type of guy that if you're at 150 and I know that I'm gonna shoot you an offer at 40, I'm not even gonna deal with you. We're so far apart that it makes no sense for me to even waste my time with you. Just to find out what kind of dealer you are. But on this particular guy, I said, you know what? I'm just going to see what's up. So I call him over and I say, hey, man, you pull out that Duncan for me real quick. He pulls it out and he's like, yeah, man, that's a good price. And immediately I'm like, all right, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, not going to go well.
Yeah. So I go, listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I said, I'm looking up comps. Comps are around $50-$60. I said, I was going to throw you an offer at $40 and see if we can make a deal. And the way he looked at me, he was like, no. He just looked at me and went, no.
Yeah.
He's like, no. I wouldn't. He goes, I do 120, 125. So I do 120. He's like, I do 120. And I'm thinking to myself, Bubba, you're still double the comps.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's like, I'm not going to do 40, man. Well, what's the best you can do? I said, I'll do 50. Like that's it. Like 50 is comps.
Yeah.
There's guys selling it for eBay for $50. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I couldn't get that low. So I just like, hey man, I appreciate it. I was cool. I was like, yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks, man. It's a beautiful card, man. Good, good luck. And I just kind of walked away, right? But I walked away thinking to myself, what is that guy thinking?
Yeah, you're tying up money you're never gonna get. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I gotta imagine that he might have paid $100 for it. During a time when it was $150 comp.
Right.
And he was probably thinking, I'll make a quick $20, $30 off of it. It is what it is. But the market is significantly shifted since then. And he's probably into that card for about $100, $120.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get it from me. And I'm like, nobody with good sense is going to pay anywhere north of $180. I wouldn't pay anywhere, nowhere near $60, $70 for that card.
Yeah, no. And I mean, especially, right? Like I hate to, like the hard part with a show versus, everybody going to eBay, right?
Right.
You sell the card for 60 on eBay, you're losing 13.5% to fees
off the rip.
Yeah. So, you're at $54 or $50, right?
Right.
I don't know, whatever, just call it $50. So someone offers you $50. I mean, that's what you're going to make at the end of the day off eBay. Take it and run.
Right.
And it's straight cash,
yeah. You're not paying any.
But again, like everybody's in a different situation, right? And I think where was it? Hobby Champs just made a good comment. Like most people in general have no idea what's happening in the hobby. Even dealers are mostly just everyday people who aren't paying much attention. Like it's true. Like, you know what I mean? Like it could be like laziness. Like some people just price their cards and go from show to show to show. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And I can understand. I can understand the amount of work, right? Especially in such a dynamic market as it is right now, right? Because right now things are changing every hour, right?
Yep.
And I personally don't expect a dealer who's going from show to show to sit there and recomp their cards every so. I don't expect that, right? But what I would like to hope is that in that situation where I was looking at the card, I literally had the card in my hand, Papa, and I told him, hey, look, here's the comp, my man. Right? The last 4 sales are between $65 and $55. You're at $150. Right? Do you want to get reasonable with this or do you want to hold on to the card?
Right.
And I guess I was taken back by like I guess the stubbornness. I don't know. He was an older guy. I mean, an older gentleman.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe there's some stubbornness.
The other side to that too, right? Is there's guys that are doing this that don't need to do it to turn a buck.
So, that's true.
But again, it goes back to, if I paid like 50 grand for a PSA 9 Jordan rookie card last year and it's going for 30 now, I can list it at 50.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying it.
It's a good comment here from Duncan. He's saying, I don't understand why you expect a seller to strictly follow comps when you won't. So that's a good question there, but comps are relative in terms of whether you're buying or you're selling, right? And when we're talking about comps, you can look at it in terms of a stock price, right? There's a bid and there's an ask, right?
Yep.
And when cards move, it's if you get deal with stocks, or if you deal for me, it's in cars, right? A car that has a very big bid ask disparity, that means that car is sitting on the lots. Nobody's buying that car because the bid and the ask are too far apart. Nobody's making deals on it, right?
Yep.
But when the bid ask disparity is small or non-existent, that means that car's moving like hotcakes, right? I would imagine that the 90 Fleer Jordan PSA 10 right now has a bid ask disparity that's very small and it's moving like hotcakes. What I mean as looking at comps as a reference, if that guy would have came down to reality and said, okay, yeah, I see that your comps are around 50, 60. How about $50? That's a conversation that we can start at, right? And that's the only reason why comps are relevant. So while, yeah, I was going to throw him an offer out at $40 because I'm trying to get a deal, right? And as a buyer, I'm trying to move the comp down. And as a seller, he's trying to move the comp up, right? And which one of us is going to win, or are we going to come into the middle? But he was in outer space, right?
And then I mean, you can throw in too, right? Like if we're talking about Tim Duncan, who we both agree, and I think there's some in the chat that'll agree, is a guy that was a great NBA player.
One of the best.
As far as collectability goes and whatnot, he's just not, he's not a guy that people are like running for,
not hot,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
But let's say that was a Hakeem card that you wanted.
Yeah,
you might be willing to overpay a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
you're absolutely right.
So like the buying and the selling thing, like that's why like data is great because it gives you a baseline of where things are at. But then it comes down to like, what do you as the potential buyer?
Yeah.
Where are you? You know what I mean? So if you're willing to go to $100, hey, go to $100, right?
Listen, and to that point, I mean, there could very well have been one of the biggest Tim Duncan collectors that came in right after me and would have paid what was on the sticker, right?
The problem is you're talking either like a Topps Finest or a Topps Chrome or something that's like, hoops, whatever it is, rookie card that's readily available. So it's not like you're buying something like, oh my God, I've been looking for this card. It's like something you can just say, you know what? All right, I'll just go over here and buy it. So
it was
again, I think the buying and the selling piece is subjective to each individual and what you're looking to get out of it. I think that for the buyer, like if the card's 60 and you're offering 40, you're looking for a little room in the card, right?
Right.
As the seller, if I'm a big dealer, it's kind of tough to maybe know what your inventory off the top of your head, you know what I mean? But like, if it's, some small thing on eBay or whatever, you can kind of keep track of what you're doing based off your listing and all that crap with your homework you do before you list a card, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I've sold in the last 3 weeks. I've sold a bunch of cards at loss. And I just don't care. I'm tired of having them sit around and just get out of my house.
Get fluid on them. I mean,
just get,
right?
Hey, there's a lot where I paid $40-$50 for them. I'm selling them at 20, 12, whatever. Time to go,
Right.
It's time to go. So,
and
I can take 10 or $12 and put it somewhere else.
Yeah. And to your point, he could have very well been somebody that was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to hold on to it. And that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, a lot of folks, we got like 40 people in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please, if you have not already on the stream. Collect 3D Prints is in the house. Shout out to my bro.
Yeah, Hobby Champs, man, I agree with you. Like Duncan's one of those guys where it's like, all right, we're just going to ignore him. Like as a whole.
Exactly.
The man dominated for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're just going to put him off to the side. But let me tell you something, Scotty Barnes, that guy's legit. I'll pay $150 for Scotty Barnes. Come on.
Scotty Barnes?
Get over yourself. People.
Hold on.
I don't even know if Scotty Barnes is going for $150, but I saw a bunch of his cards for sale today, so he's in my mind.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is he still with the Raptors? He's still doing his
Dude,
thing,
I don't even know. I didn't even know he played in the NBA till this year. That's how much I know about Scotty Barnes.
That's interesting.
So I
know
didn't
I got
know
a
what
gang-
college you went for. Nothing. Normally I know
Yeah.
stupid crap like that. Don't
Florida
even know
State,
who
I
it is.
think. Florida.
Yeah,
Let's see.
well,
Let's
there
pull
you
him up.
go.
Oh,
Should be
Scotty
playing football.
Barnes. Let's see. Yep, Scotty Barnes with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Florida State University. Yeah.
You know, that's a good point Mod Colt makes here. Highlight this comment. Do you see this one? Yeah, there you go. That's another thing too, right? Like if you don't know, and I am like, and I'm gonna give an example of this using myself. I am one that is often guilty of overpaying for cards.
Same.
Because I think that like, and I'm not trying to, this is just, it is what it is, right? But anything to me like $100 or less, I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not trying to be anybody like some special because I'm not. But
Right.
like, and then I'll go home and I'll look and I'm like, oh, that card's doing 30.
Yeah, I've done that.
Way to go, JD.
But you know what? I've specifically done that on at the card shows, right? And most likely it's with an Akeem Olajuwon card, and most likely it's a refractor. I'm a sucker for Olajuwon 90s refractors. Right? I see it and I go, $60. Let's go.
Yep.
Right?
And if it's nicely centered too, hang on.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, if it's nicely centered, forget about it, man. I'm looking at it, I'm going, I'll take it. And then I get home.
Those are butchered most of the time. So if you find a nice one.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'll get home and then I'll go, oh, that's a $40 card. I freaking overpaid for that one, you know. It is what it is, man, you know.
Yeah. You know, so
Clay Phillips in the house, Mervin's in the house. Rafir is in the house. Hey, Omar, I left you a message about a special Doncic rookie card. You know, they need to look into. You joked rookie hog. All right, I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out, dude. Do me a favor, Rafir. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Retro Hoop Breaks. I'll see it there before I see it anywhere else. Because I'll check YouTube comments like in bunches. Like I'll sit down for like an hour and just run through them all. So I might not get to it there before I'll get it to Ziggy's in the house.
What's up, Ziggy? Yeah, Dream Collector, man. I agree with you. The recency bias. You know, I think we've talked about this a few times. I know I've talked about it on my channel a few times. You know, I think when you can watch the guy live, it adds to that element of hey, I gotta go get this guy now. Versus wait, I can go get Kevin Garnett for you know,
for a fourth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's fun though, right? I mean, like you and I. Listen, we're both. Look, we're guilty of both, right? I don't want to sit here and act like we're better than anybody else because we're guilty. But you and I did it live with Zion, right? The dude was going on an absolute tear for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden
he gets hurt.
Yeah, well, but he was going on a really good tear. He's having really good games, and then me and you were like, "Hey, $150 for a base rookie card. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good." And
no, I had in my head 200 was like the ceiling.
That's what I was thinking too, right?
If I could if that card could get to 200,
yeah,
see ya.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's down to 100, so it went the other way.
Yeah, and listen, I'm probably going to end up selling mine for somewhere around there, right?
Yep.
You know, so
I'm going to keep mine just because I think it's a good reminder of the hobby. I think the Zion based prism is a great, what's the word? Oh man, it's a great representation of the last couple of years in sports cards.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
people losing their minds over that card.
Yeah.
How many YouTube videos were made about that was like the greatest investment of all time and it's never going to get below 1,000. And I'm like, well, that thing will be under 350 before you know it. And you know, people hammering me. Yeah.
That's a perfect case study.
You know,
right?
But
perfect case study.
Whatever.
Sam's in the house.
Clay, thanks, baby. Big, long time since the Giants won a game that mattered.
If you guys didn't, when you go back and watch the beginning of this show, you guys are going to see how fired up my man came in. He came in hot.
I had to take a minute to come on too because I was dropping F-bombs like nobody's business. That and my phone was blowing up. My phone, everybody was texting. It was great. It was awesome.
Oh man, please don't let that be so, Daniel. He says he's the next Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you know what? Like Kawhi's at least won a couple titles, right?
Yeah,
Has he
he's
won
got
2 or has he won 1?
2. I think he's got one with the Spurs and
Spurs
then
and
one
1 with
with
the Clippers.
Clippers. Yeah,
Yeah.
or Clippers or
So
yeah.
yeah,
One of them.
he's definitely got 1. But I don't know. I don't know. Zion is what he is. I think it's a card again, like we've talked about, that it's not gonna. I don't think it's ever gonna get above $250 again, unless people are crazy.
Yeah,
But again, Luka's at 375 ish. And
something
again,
like that.
I'm not saying Zion's Luka, but the hype factor that is kind of there with Zion.
Yeah,
Hey, maybe I don't know, right? Well, you don't really know, right? That's the beautiful thing about this is you
yeah,
get guys sitting in a box right now that you don't even think, and you're like, wait, I think I have that guy,
yeah.
and
All of a sudden, you make $100 off of like 3 or
yeah,
4
yeah,
base rookie cards, right? Yeah,
yep. So
yeah. That to that point, Hobby Champs comment here. Most hobby money is in speculation, right? And it should be in
yeah, it
results,
has been,
and
yep,
it's just simply not, right?
yep,
Right? It's just
yep.
simply
I
not.
once sold the Steven Strasburg card for $1,200. It was awesome. I
That's
pulled
great.
it
I
and
have no
sold it
idea who
within
Steven
like
Strasburg is.
3 hours. Pitcher used to be a pitcher. Well, he's still a pitcher for the Nationals, but he was so hyped coming out.
$1,200,
$1,200, a little mini out of Allen and Ginter. It was like one of the
and
greatest pulls I ever had.
not even for a whole card, for a mini
For
card.
a little mini. Because that was his rookie card. So it was a huge chase.
That's hilarious. What is going on here?
That was back in like 2010.
Yeah. So I talked a little bit about kind of, there was dealers there who got it, there was dealers there who didn't, and then within the camp of dealers who didn't get it, there was also 2 camps there. One who was just sticking with the price that they put on there from 2021, and then there was another guy who after having that interaction with that one guy, I came across another card that I really wanted, and his comps, like I think he had the card comped at like $90 or $95 or something like that, but comps on it were like $40. It was like half price.
Yeah.
And so I showed the guy. I said, "Hey man, listen, I'd really like to have this card. You know, here's, I'm seeing comps like at $40, man. I know you have it at $95." And he was like, "Yeah, you know what, man? Honestly," he goes, I haven't checked those recently, so yeah, it could very well be. What are you thinking? You know?" And I'm like, "Well, comps are $40. I'll throw you an offer at 30, see if you're interested." I think we end up settling at 35.
Yeah.
So I really wanted the card. I was happy. Got it for a couple bucks under the last comp. And I'm pretty sure he moved the card. But, it was the same it started the exact same way and ended 2 totally different ways, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And one guy ended up with money in his pocket and the other guy didn't.
But it's like you talked about the example you gave before with the cars. Sometimes you go to the Honda dealership and they want 40 grand for the Accord, and you go down to the Honda dealership down the street and they give it to you for 28. And you're like, all right, see you. And then they call you back the other dealership and you're like, I got it for 28, bro. Same car. What?
Exactly.
What? What do you what?
Yeah, where?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hold
on a second.
Dude, I'm not a Luka lover. I am not.
I am. Yeah. I'm big on Luka. Who was it was it you that used to tell me all the time that he was a joke? I can't remember.
Probably.
Somebody was telling me, like, why are you buying that guy's cards? He's gonna be a bust. And then he lost like 20
pounds. Be a bust, but
yeah, he lost like 20 pounds over the summer and he came out like a freaking animal this week. He's averaging like 50 points in his last 10 or 40 points in his last 10 games. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the year, he'll be watching on TV like you and me. So.
That's gonna be, and you know what? That's half of the reason why I was so adamant about picking up a Jokic card, because if the NBA sticks to like true stats, right, and then ultimately how your team ended up doing, then Jokic should win the MVP, right? But he's already won one, and Luka is such a hot item right now that they're probably going to give it to him, just because, right? And I think even though I think Jokic should win it because just the guy's playing on a completely other level. Luka's the new kid on the block. He's the newfangled toy, right? And I mean, even though he's like 5 years in the league already, I just think he's gonna win it. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'm just saying, you look at the numbers and you look at how ultimately the teams are going to end up, because I think Denver's in first or second, something like that. or second or third, something like that.
Yeah.
In the standings, I think Dallas is like 5th or 6th or something like that. It's gonna get interesting, man. I don't know. My votes, if I had a vote, my vote would be for Jokic because the guy's just playing incredible. Even though, as a fan, I'm a much bigger fan of Luka than I am Jokic.
Yeah, I think it goes down to too, right? Like, you think back to the NBA of when we were growing up. David Stern was not letting anybody but Michael Jordan be the face of the league.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And there were guys that won MVPs in there and things like that when
Right.
Jordan was playing. But who's
the next personal?
LeBron's still playing, but LeBron's not really the face of the NBA anymore.
He's not.
So who's the next guy that's picking up the torch? It's Luka or who? I don't know who else.
The other thing that you have to factor in also is that
Ja?
Right. Well, right now the NBA is trying to become an international sport, even though they are. The NBA is trying to be the international.
They're trying to compete with soccer.
They're trying to compete with soccer. They're trying to be as big on a national stage,
which is going to be impossible.
Stage. Yeah, of course,
it's going to be impossible.
And getting guys like Luka to be the MVPs, getting guys like Jokic to be the MVP, it shows some representation right within the within the league. And sometimes they'll overlook better stats and better team positions in order to put on a good show, right? And it's the same situation,
dude. My man Cristiano Ronaldo, right? This is the difference between soccer and every other sport. He just went and signed with some team in Saudi Arabia. They're paying him $200 million a year. Not for the life of his contract, for the year. $200 million. What's the guys in the NBA make? 40 for the top dogs?
Top dogs.
Quarterbacks make what? 50? There's a couple quarterbacks making 50. Think about that.
75, 200 per year with Al Nassr. And then I think that same place just offered Messi like 400 a year.
Yeah. And they just bought the WWE.
Who bought the WWE?
Someone in the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Like wrestling?
The royal family just bought the WWE of Saudi Arabia.
What?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
So Vince McMahon said you can have it.
Vince McMahon was out and he came back because he's the majority shareholder. He basically forced himself back into the company. And he just orchestrated a sale. Peace out, bitches.
Wow.
Yep. False news. It's not true. Thought it was true. I read it on Bleacher Report. Everything's true on there.
WWE sale. Let's see.
Maybe it didn't go through. I don't know.
Update on WWE sales rumors. Oh, it looks like it's a rumor. Despite the frenzy of rumors that the sale has been agreed to, WWE is still in the process of fielding suitors. However, they noted that Vince McMahon said that he has spoken with a Saudi group members during his time away from the company. They haven't reached a deal. Yeah, I would imagine
if Vince wants to sell that company,
it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Yeah.
And that guy for the all the crap that he does, he's smart businessman,
genius.
So
I'm
sure he's going to get top dollar for his company. Either that or he's using it as leverage to renegotiate TV deals because WWE's kind of taking a little bit of a hit with the AEW. So I don't even watch wrestling anymore, and I know this crap. That's pathetic.
I'm so disconnected, bro. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no.
Generation.
Once The Rock and Stone Cold left, so did JD.
Generation X. Once that was out, Wolfpack was out. I was done. LWO.
That stuff they used to do back in the day, dude. If they did that on TV now, people's heads would explode.
Oh man, listen,
God, they'd be violating everybody's rights.
Dude, there's no way in hell that a group of 3 Mexicans coming out with LWO shirts on was going to be correct. That was going to light them freaking fires.
Yeah.
Wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. Especially NWO,
Yep.
That was not going to fly these days. There's no way. No way.
Or The Rock asking Lillian Guerrero, whatever her name was, Lillian Garcia, if she liked the people strudel.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. I'm surprised they haven't brought some of that stuff up and like tried to cancel The Rock.
The Rock is uncancelable.
He
Don't
did.
even start with your stupidity. You're a loser.
Dude,
You are a loser.
Hey, your boy is one WWE video away from getting canceled.
Dude, they're all on YouTube. Every one of
That's
them.
my
There's
point.
If someone tried to cancel The Rock, I think people in this country would lose their minds. Like seriously, I think people would lose their minds.
He says
The Rock is a fan. If you took 300 million Americans and polled them on who likes The Rock, 299 million point nine would like The Rock. And you would be the one jackass who would be the 0.1. And then everybody would then there'd be 299 million people's elbows on you. Stop it.
You'd be right. Screw that guy. Dana White should buy the WWE and give the retired MMA fighters a career after their punch drunk.
Yeah, he should. They used to do that. Remember when like Ken Shamrock and Dan the Beast Severn came over and those guys? Yeah.
Brock Lesnar did the other.
Brock
other way.
Brock
right?
Lesnar's a freak of nature too.
That guy's an animal. That guy's an absolute animal.
Why are we talking about wrestling right now?
Listen, one more thing before we get off of wrestling because I thought it was interesting. We were talking about how Vince McMahon's a business genius, right? The guy's an absolute genius. Dana White approached him about buying the UFC, right? He was trying to sell the UFC at one point. And Vince McMahon told him, I love everything that you guys are doing. I would absolutely buy the UFC. The problem is that I can't control who the champion is.
Yeah.
And if I can't control who the champion is, I can't control the product.
Yeah, I can't control the narrative.
Yeah. It's that simple, right? So that just tells you right there. It's like Vince McMahon is selling a story, right? Every week he's selling a story. And he's controlling a narrative. And it's, that's how he's been able to do what he's done for so long.
Wow, global sports card investor. My old man lived and trained with the Hart Foundation back in the 80s. That's sick.
Bret Hart,
Bret Owen, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I think, right?
Didn't Owen die or something?
Yeah, he fell. And,
he's the one that fell, right?
Yeah, he fell. Yep.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
When The Rock runs for president. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that say that he could and he'd do really well.
Yeah.
Wait until he runs for president. The videos will come up. Yeah, that's exactly when you do it.
Jay Michelin, listen to me. This is not a stupid hat. This is a hat of pride. Because the Lions suck.
Who's your
buddy?
Who's your team? Jay Michelin, who's your team?
It's the Lions. I just told you.
Oh, okay, so you know.
Yeah,
him.
It's my boy. JJ's good shit. So you want to talk about a ultimate 90s collector? That guy right there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Big time Charles Woodson fan.
Charles Woodson.
Big time. So you might come across a couple Hakeems you might need too. You might want to. Yeah, you might want to get on his good side.
Hakeem refractors, man. I'm always up for it. Hakeem refractors, I'm a sucker for. Hakeem game used patch from the 90s and early 2000s, I'm a sucker for.
Yep. Hey, is anybody going to join us? Is there soccer and card? There is. So I'm going to be honest with you. There's an okay amount. I'll tell you exactly how many there are. But as far as super comprehensive like baseball, no.
But here's the thing.
30-something thousand cards.
That's still quite a bit of cards, Bob.
There's 35,974 individual soccer cards in Cardhedge.
So here's the thing. If you are a soccer collector, and you have cards that you want to see pricing for, what is it, 24 hours now? 24, 48 hours, you submit the request and the card will get added to the...
Yeah, for the most part.
To the channel, because it's like there's a lot of cards. Like I know yesterday or Saturday when I was out there trying to comp a few cards, there was some cards in there that weren't in there, and when I added it and sent the request in, I think 2 of them got done this morning. So it's like
they try to get them done. Try to get them done quick. Yeah. It's just like I mean, we've got everything from Pele to again, it's not everything, but
you got the big dogs in there, right?
There's stuff there. I think there's enough to kind of, pique your interest a little bit. It's free too.
Yeah.
If you want to go check it out and see,
And that leads to this question. Steve Bickler.
How much?
Is Cardhedge?
$1 million.
You got to do this when you do that. $1 million.
Yeah.
It's free to check comps.
Free.
You can go on cardhedger.com.
There's a lot you can do on the homepage for free, to be honest with you.
So let's go ahead and bring that up. I'm just going to share my screen. So here we are. Homepage. All kinds of stuff you can do. Pricing, browse card prices. So here's God damn it.
Go to the top there.
$14.99 if you want to sign up.
For a month.
Okay. For a month. $14.99 per month. That gives you access to the card library, 350,000 cards in the card library, real-time prices, card compare. And then you can track your collection in here. You can build your portfolio, do it all. Pricing, price guide card search. You can go on the website. You don't have to sign up to access this. And you can go in and you can check comps. The last 30 days, JD?
30 days. Yep.
Last 30 days of comps on any card that we have in our 378,000 card database.
Yep.
378,000 cards is what we have total in the database. So you can do this for free. This doesn't cost you anything. Cardhedger.com. You can go in there and do this for free. It doesn't cost you anything. The other thing, the market overview.
Yeah, this is cool.
This is badass. Shout out to River, by the way, who's our fearless leader.
Yeah, thought he was going to join us too, that chooch.
Yeah, I thought he was too. Oh, you know what? I haven't given out the...
Yeah, I'm giving the link.
I haven't given out the link. So here's what we're going to do. I'll give it out in a second. This page here is basically a summary, right? If you want to know what's going on in the card market, just in general, right? Let's just say
high level,
60,000 foot level, and you want to see what's going on, what's moving, what's selling, what's, what do I buy, what don't I buy, what's going on, all that good stuff. You can click on go to the top, go to price guide, and look at.
You're on it, so
I'm on it, so it's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back then.
But
I want to show.
the market overview.
Yeah, price guides. Go to market overview. Once you're in market overview, it's going to give you the last 7 days of transactions. So how many transactions have happened in the last 7 days? Now, mind you, this number is based on the data that we cover, the data that we pull, right? So it's not every single transaction that ever happened in the history of sports cards ever for the last 7 days. We obviously can't track that. That's impossible. But the sources that we pull from, which are the larger sources, right? eBay, rattle them off for me. eBay is the big one. Obviously. PWCC.
My Slabs.
There's a handful
we get some golden. We got 3 more coming.
Yeah.
So we're constantly evolving that piece. But the big ones are eBay and PWCC.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is the 7-day transaction volume. How many cards? And of course, we're moving almost 500,000 cards, over 500,000 cards, moving every 7 days. And then the value of those cards, and then 7-day top 10 card sales. So if you look at the top 10 cards that have sold in volume, the total volume on those top 10 cards, 800. So you can look at a total index for baseball, basketball, and football.
And hockey will be there.
This is my favorite, by the way, the index. Just kind of gives you an idea of where things are going. And it shows you right off the rip that even though basketball and football are kind of going down, like steadily going down, baseball is just climbing on up, baby.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting to see. And then it breaks it down by baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, TCG or non-sports. And then it gives you the top 5 cards for the last 7 days that have moved every week. This is the best.
Yeah, it's really cool. It gives you a nice snapshot of what's going on week to week.
Yeah.
A lot. Listen, and I'll be honest with people, like that Jordan, that Kobe, the Jeter, the Griffey, the Luka, those cards. When you're talking strictly volume, it's going to be hard to knock them off.
It's going to be very hard.
they're the movers. But again, if you're looking for stuff to sell and whatever, well, there you go. Buy yourself some Kobe rookies and try to get some PSA 10s or 9s or whatever, because they're selling constantly.
Like
that Jordan Fleer, that card has been graded. I think it was the most graded card at PSA this past year.
Yes, it was.
And it's still moving. It's the number one basketball card that we track, as far as volume goes, right?
Yep.
Someone asked the price. There's 3 different price models. There's the $14.99. You get a little better bang for your buck if you do the semi-annual. You get like a free month or 2, I think. And then the 12-month is like the best bang. You pay for basically 10 months. You get 2 months free. I think that's a pretty damn good deal. So
you build
and Dream Collector, to answer your question, you do have to be a member to request a price. So
correct.
Unless you message Omar and I can put it in.
Yep. So the 1 month is $14.99. If you buy 6 months, you get 1 free. And then if you buy 10 months, you get 2 free, basically, right? So how it pans out. So you got a couple of different options. I mean, look, if you're constantly looking up card prices and you're constantly trying to keep up with, maybe like the 15 or 20 cards that are the top ones in your collection, you always want to see, then, this is a great tool to do it on. And if I'm not mistaken, JD, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I don't like to say a whole lot of bad stuff or incorrect stuff, but we probably Cardhedge has the most cards in our system, right?
As far as what?
As far as like just as any other pricing tool.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to make that statement.
So
I have no idea.
What I'll say is that I don't think Card Ladder or Market Movers publishes how many cards they have in their system. Do they? I'd have to go check on that.
I don't know. I'll say this. I know as far as like offering more than just PSA and BGS, we are definitely the leaders, because we offer SGC, we offer CSG, we offer HGA, and we offer raw card pricing as well.
Yeah. For those of you that are wondering what my man's talking about here, PSA, we can give you pricing for PSA. We give you pricing for BGS. We give you pricing for SGC. We give you pricing for HGA.
Yep.
And then we also give you
raws at the top.
So we do track raw pricing. Card sales raw. And that is
so we're going to be adding in, like, I know some people that look at this stuff, and I don't want this to turn into a whole like whatever, but sometimes it's necessary. Like sometimes when you see those spikes and things like that drives me nuts. I'm sure it will drive other people nuts, but we're adding in features where you can help. Basically, it's like crowdsourcing. So you can just send us a thing like, this is a bad price, and we'll just delete it.
Yeah.
I can't get to every card, so
it gets tough, right?
Need some help.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So
yes, we do, Steve. Owners.
What do you say?
Asked us if we own Cardhedge. We are partners.
Yeah, so both me and JD are stakeholders in Cardhedge. Just to, I guess I would imagine that would have been folks would have known that already. But if you did not know, just in the sense of transparency, full transparency, we both JD and I are stakeholders of Cardhedge. I mean, I came on board because I completely believe in the product. Otherwise, I would have thanked Cardhedge guys for their time and just kept it moving. But I use that thing every day. Every day that I'm checking card prices, every day that I'm looking at my cards, every day that I used it that was the main thing I was using. If it wasn't for the shitty internet at the card show, it was like ridiculous.
Yep.
So why'd you switch hats right now? Somebody called you out about your hat?
Somebody called me out. Just JJ busted my balls, so I put on my Georgia hat. So, and just so we're close, peeps. Here you go, a little teaser.
Yeah, boy, let's go. I haven't even seen that.
There's the app.
So an app is on the way.
Yeah.
We are very close. JD is doing testing. Yep. It's getting there, man. Give me your first reactions. What are you thinking about the app?
You know what? We waited so long. I was like, what's this?
Yeah, let's go.
And then again, like anything new, I'm like looking at it, and I'm used to the site. or the
Yeah,
mobile
of course.
version, which is kind of
Right.
mimics the site, right?
Yeah.
Which if you're waiting and you just do everything on your phone, the mobile site works just as well as the PC site.
Okay.
It's an exact copy. But it's River's still going to tweak some things, but it's
Okay.
getting there.
It's
I'd say
looking
it's
good, huh?
about 80%, 85% on the way done. And it's good. Caught a couple bugs this morning, but
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
You guys were chatting about that
we're
pretty
getting
good.
there. We're getting there. So
All right. So
it's
I'm
good.
about to drop the link in the chat if you guys want to join us and you got a question or something you want to talk about or you got a topic that you want to talk about. I think you have to have an iPhone with a camera. If you don't want to be on camera, that's cool too. You want to just jump in hotline style and you got a question. There
Ooh.
is the link. If you guys want to jump in, you'll pop up down here at the bottom. I'll call your name and then I'll let you in. But yeah, dude, a lot of good stuff coming in, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. We got
good
this is
times.
gonna
Great
be
fun.
a good year. So
You know,
lots going
what
on.
else? What else we want to talk about? I kind of like. Let's throw out a topic and see who joins in. Maybe people just join in, whatever. But favorite card you wish you owned, or the one card you wish you owned.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh man, that's a good one. If I like,
I'll start.
Money's not an issue, right?
Money's not an issue.
Oof. Okay.
1939 play ball Ted Williams rookie card for me.
1939.
That would be my one card.
Man. Money, not an issue. I would have to say.
Something sports cards. While he's looking, will arena cards be added to Cardhedge? Yes, Steve, they will. The problem with us, man, is that we're so busy. This is part-time stuff for us. It's hard to get to shows, you know. We'd like to get to more. We're I'd say 80% going to be there for the national. I try to hit local shows in my area, but Omar hits Dallas.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it for now. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
we're trying to do a little bit more of that. I mean, look, here's the thing. We've been so focused on beefing up the channel. I mean, beefing up, the channel here, putting out some good content, and then also beefing up the website, the functionality of the tool, and all that stuff. And then you and River been working pretty hard on that app. River's been busting his ass for the last 6 months, trying to get that up and running and going. And so we've just been really focusing on making sure that the product is there, right? I mean, and we're at a good point where if we are going to start doing some marketing, do it with us, the best product that we could put out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of been the thing. He says one card is difficult to choose. 1979 OPG Gretzky. That's a solid card.
Yep.
Obviously, so for me being a basketball guy, there's a handful of like obvious ones, right? I mean, the Larry Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rookie card, the big tall boy. Yeah, that would be a dope one. But
you gotta pick one.
If I only had to pick one, I'm going with 98-99 Skybox Molten Metal Kobe Bryant Titanium numbered to 40.
Oh, all right.
So there's a titanium, there's the regular one, then there's the titanium, and then there's the titanium numbered to 40.
Yeah.
That titanium numbered to 40 is a monster of a card.
Yep.
A monster of a card.
That it is.
And to pick up one for with a Kobe Bryant, I think all the money in the world, hit the Powerball tomorrow. That is probably the first card I'm on the search for. And then shortly after that, I'm looking for the Akeem Olajuwon in the same variant, because I already have the first two Olajuwon in that one.
Yep.
But
all right,
big.
Right.
I mean, you can't go just for the normal stuff.
Yep.
But
I hear you. All right, that's interesting. All right. If there's one thing you could change in the hobby, wave a magic wand right now, what would it be? Making these up as I go. So anybody wants to jump in, let's go.
You guys jump in with some good ones.
We're normal dudes.
Ooh, wave a wand, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff I would do if I could wave a wand, but
one thing.
I gotta think about that one. Oh, if I could wave a wand
Yep.
and change one thing in the hobby, it would be to release all of Upper Deck's contracts that are in perpetuity for the
Oh, like
likenesses
Mike
of Jordan,
Jordan. Yeah.
LeBron,
All right, that's
Tiger.
a good one.
Because if you could do that, then they go on the open market, and Fanatics would just make some
Yep.
monster stuff with
Yep.
those guys.
All right. I like that.
That would be my Jim says no more eBay one of ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
That's a good one.
definitely wave
That's a
that
good one.
wand and cancel that contract for sure.
All right.
And let those rights go out on the open market.
Mine would be eliminating the amount of sets that are produced, the amount of actual product out there available.
Narrow it down. That might
Narrow
be
it down.
Fanatics. That might be Fanatics's MO, to be honest with you.
Narrow it down. You know,
Yeah.
like just narrow it down. Keep it simple. Like keep it simple. And add some like real chase cards in too. You know what I mean? Like add some chase cards that you know,
make them epic.
that's worth,
Make the boxes like make the boxes fun, dude. Like so here's the thing. At the Dallas card show, my intention was not to buy any sealed wax, but 2022 2023 hoops just came out, and I'm a hoops fanatic. I love hoops, so I'm trying to open all the hoops I can. And I bought a hobby box of hoops. It was $100. $100 for a hobby box. Exactly. Now at $100, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. But I would have gladly paid $200, even $300, if I'd have known that what I was gonna hit was gonna be great. It was gonna be right. So to your point, right? Lower down the amount of a product that you're putting out every month or every year.
Yeah, put something in there.
And put some monster stuff in there. Put some good hits in there.
Yeah.
And make
the worst phrase ever is on the boxes. Guaranteed one auto or relic per box. Yeah, and you end up with like a Clubhouse collection relic of like me. Like, ooh, thanks. Good thing I spent $125 on this. Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, this is a good one. Where is it? Jay Wilson just put it up. Scroll up a little bit. Oh, yeah, I can scroll up too. Why am I saying scroll up a little bit?
Jay Wilson. I'd fix how screwed up grading is.
Yeah, I mean, grading's a you know, hey, it's a byproduct of a hobby, right?
Yo, here's a good one. Joe Torre, Magic Wand, Universal Pop Report, Universal Registry.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Every grading company using the same grading scale.
Yep.
Who's outside of that grading scale right now?
So PSA has pretty much their own, and then CSG and SGC have the same, and then Beckett has a different one than all three.
Oh, that's right, because PSA doesn't have the 9.5.
Yep. And that's BGS's gem is 9.5.
One way redemptions, my man says.
Yeah.
Rob says
redemptions are gone, right? Fanatics said they're gone. So whenever Fanatics takes over, there's no more redemptions.
So they're saying we're either putting it in the product or you're not. It's a wrap.
Yep. I heard that on another podcast like a couple months ago. So that's already out there.
Do you have any insight at all, or any know by maybe third party or like a third source or something? Why redemptions are such why there's redemptions to begin with?
So yeah, because players don't sign their cards in time to get back for product release. So they have to issue a redemption card to get until that player sends in his cards, right? So if you hit an Omar, 101, and Omar hasn't sent back his cards yet.
My cards yet. I'm with you.
So that's what the redemptions come from.
But I mean, there's no contractual obligation for those guys to have those cards signed by a certain time. It's like
your boy over at Leaf, Brian Gray, has been like the first guy to kind of call these players out on their like, didn't he do that with CD Lamb?
Oh, I did see something about that. Yeah,
CD Lamb hadn't signed any of his cards, and he called him on it, and he won. And then I think the cards showed up signed, or the sticker sheet showed up signed, whatever it was. I feel like, there was a video going back. There's a video on YouTube of Kobe signing cards. And I want to say it was for his, I don't know. There was a special set released of him, he's signed in like, I want to say, a gold marker, but it showed him sitting at his table signing the cards, like being very meticulous about it and showing the camera. If Kobe can take the time,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, 15th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Sign your
you know what I
freaking
mean?
cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and it's like, come on here, but whatever. I get it with some of these guys. They just don't get it. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree, JJ. I just think it's something that, like, yes. So like the way to maybe fix that, and you guys are in this field, so you know better than I do, but you could charge a little bit more to the consumer, right, for a better product.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure.
if we know that, there's these are the 5 sets, and I know I've only got 5 Julio Rodriguez rookie cards this year versus 150.
That's another thing I would like
Right?
to see. Yeah, is don't get Zion has what 70 something different rookie cards out there, like
Right.
in the hundreds if you include the variations. I mean, just Prisms alone,
Well,
he has
it's got to be
49.
Prisms. You got 49. He's got to have
Yeah.
over 100, 150.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like I'm talking about just like individual cards, it's like in the 70s or 80s. If you include the
Right.
variations, it's in the hundreds, right? Like that's silly.
Yep.
That's silly. I don't think that's, and again, we talk about this guy all the time. We need to get him on because I love what he does. The rookie card specialist, Victor. Yeah, he's talking about that all the time about how there's just too many freaking rookie cards and that devalues it and makes it not so special anymore. I mean, obviously you got your blue chip rookie cards, right? So like your National Treasure, RPAs, like those are the creme de la creme. Your refractor rookie prism rookies, creme de la creme, that kind of stuff. But there's too many. There's just way too many. I got one for you. If you could take, so now that Fanatics has bought out Topps, right?
Yep.
Which homegrown Panini product, if you could only pick one to bring over, something that was started by Panini, not that there wasn't a legacy. Started by Panini. What product would you bring over to Fanatics if they were to do a buyout?
Select,
really?
Yep.
Dang, you're not even going Prism, huh?
Nope. Select. They killed Select. Select was awesome until they killed it.
And by killing it, you mean taking it to retail, right?
Yep. Once they did that, they ruined it. But that was such a great product. Great product.
It was.
I'd be fine with Prism. I'd be fine with Select. But Prism's the obvious choice, right? So, but I really like Select.
Yeah, if you go Prism, you got Prisms, you got Topps Chrome. It's like
right.
Because if you can do Topps Chrome, man, dude, I cannot wait for Topps Chrome basketball.
I know, me either,
dude. I am gonna go so hard on that first set, which would be what in 5 years, so 2027, 2028.
Yeah,
that's gonna be, or if they end up buying them out quicker, that'd be even better. But Prism,
Steve, to answer your question, will it export your collection? Not currently, but that's something I think we can do kind of easily.
That's
so
actually
we can import, so we should be able to export. So
that's probably one that Rivers already got done. We just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not hard.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. Yeah, especially the way that we set everything up in a table format like we do. That's probably easy pickings. Good suggestion though there.
Yeah. What else? What else can we talk about? You know what?
If there are any
would be great.
What's Jay talking about? ComC's gonna be handling for
the redemptions. I don't know. I haven't heard. I didn't even know what he's talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Jay Wilson's gonna have to elaborate on that.
I heard that.
One thing I would like the Fanatics to do is bring back for Topps pack odds and make pack odds.
Oh, for rarity.
So like, just so like what you're, you know what I mean? Like I'll give you an example, right? And Jay Wilson's going to know where I'm going with this. Upper Deck with hockey, the pack odds of these hits and these parallels. So for example, yesterday I spent, a portion of my day loading in the new Metal Universe hockey set. There's one out of Championship Galaxy, there's an auto. There's a few guys that signed autos, one of them being Patrick Kane. And I know you don't know who that is, Omar, but that's okay. But he's a hell of a player for the Blackhawks. He's got an auto in that Championship Galaxy insert set. That's a pull rate of 1 in 140,000 packs.
So yeah.
So like
yeah, to that point, I've never understood the idea of a case hit.
Right.
Because how do you know it's a case hit?
Right.
How do you can't tell unless you can tell me that this card has a pack odd of 1 in 700 packs, right?
Right.
And you know that in a case that the math comes out to one case has 700 packs. There's your case hit, right?
Yeah.
What and as you were talking about that, I'm reading the back of I got a hoops blaster here. I'm reading the back of it, and there's no pack odds here. It's just numbered to 75, numbered to 25, numbered to 10. Yeah, there's nothing in here. It just tells you there's a 200 base. 300
sometimes
base set.
Sometimes Topps puts them, sometimes they don't. But Upper Deck's pretty good about it with the hockey stuff. So it makes it like I think Jay Wilson figured it out last night that we were talking, and that one Patrick King card is like 1 in like 26 cases or something like that, or 200. I don't know. Jay Wilson, how many cases did you figure it out that would be?
1 in 69,000 packs.
I do not have a Lemieux. I wish I did. I almost bought a Topps one the other day, to be honest. 588 boxes.
It would take you 588 boxes to hit that card.
Yeah.
And there's how many boxes in a case? What, 24
12?
boxes?
No, 12. I think it's 12. Yeah. So
Jesus, man.
So yeah.
Call it 508 divided by 12. You have to buy 50 boxes.
50 boxes.
50 cases.
Yeah. 50 cases.
To potentially hit that card. Yeah. So, but to me, JD, that adds to the chase, man. You know, if you know that. Yep. And once you hit that card, it's like it's instant. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at this. You know, 1 in
15 boxes per case, 7 cards per pack.
7 cards per pack. Yeah.
Steve, you seem to be a hockey guy, man. So what do you think about Crosby or McDavid? Crosby or McDavid? Because I catch a lot of flack in my channel over this one.
My man says he's got both a Lemieux. Do you have rookie Lemieux Topps OPG? Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap if you're gonna start talking.
I just want to hear. Just real quick. Thank
Crosby,
you, Steve.
says.
Thank you, Steve.
So what are you talking about there? Two big dogs.
I just can't wrap my head around, right? And even though he's friggin' good, Connor McDavid, his rookie card prices are the same as Sidney Crosby. Yeah, backyard breaks would hit it.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. There'd be no such thing. They'd hit in the first box, or they'd hit 3 of them in a case.
Yeah. Wow, all of a sudden.
Yeah. Bishop's in the house. What up?
Guys, if you guys are into hockey,
if you're in the chat hitting us up, man, please hit the like button, hit the like the stream. That way YouTube goes, oh, these guys are pretty funny.
Bobo, what sport do you like, buddy?
Bobo, if I'm not mistaken, is a basketball guy.
All right, let's talk the NBA. It's so exciting. What do we want to talk about?
There ain't nothing going on but the rent in the NBA right now.
No, let's talk about. Hockey's boring, right? Hockey's boring to a lot of people. So let's talk NBA.
Dominating.
Ooh, baseball too.
Baseball.
I can talk baseball all day.
Yeah, baseball's another one.
All right. Let's talk baseball. My Boston Red Sox suck, so we can move on from baseball.
My Astros are the best.
Yeah, screw that. Now, you know who I think is going to be pretty damn good this year is the Seattle Mariners. I think the Seattle Mariners are going to be pretty damn good this year.
Where did Correa ultimately end up?
Minnesota, and he lost $115 million.
So it was funny. I was talking to my wife about this, and she said, "What a dummy! He just ended up right back where he was." And I'm like, "Yeah, but at like a third of the cost, right? Yeah. Or like 2/3 of the cost, right? Yeah. Like they got a 30% discount." Yeah. And she's like,
at the end of the day, the man still cashed in $200 million, but
exactly.
Two teams, it's interesting. Like the Twins either got themselves a hell of a deal,
right?
Or the man's got some significant injury concerns, because if the Mets are balking at cash, there's something there, I think. Because they have They get a lot of money.
I just thought it was interesting because, like, usually whenever a player tests the open market, it ends up being pretty positive for them, right? I mean,
Yep.
like they,
Yep.
they're like, okay, fine, you're not going to pay me. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to get this money out in the open market. Somebody's going to pay me,
Yep.
and this is the one instance where it just did not pan out well for him, right?
Yep.
He should have. Well, actually, there was nothing for them to take there, right? Because they weren't giving it to him. They're like,
No,
no.
they like the Mets are like, listen, we'll sign you, but it's not going to be at 300 something million.
Right.
You know,
And he just said, all right, I'll stay home.
Baseball's a funny game, man, because again, it's like you got the union that won't allow a salary cap, and I think there should be, and I also think there should be a minimum floor that these teams have to spend because I can't stand the revenue thing. Correa is a chooch. Way to use it there. Jim F. fan of the night. But like I can't stand the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Dodgers giving money to the freaking Pirates and they don't do crap with it. Like they don't do anything to get better.
Yeah.
You basically are getting free money from teams to get better, and you're like, I'm gonna buy a Maserati.
Don't judge hockey unless you've watched it.
Yep. That's right, Temple Bird. Let him know. Let him know.
Yeah, Birdie.
Let him know.
Birdie's always looking at a chance to bust my balls, man. I love the
IHL. Go to a playoff hockey game and it'll change your life.
What are the IHL goals? I'm assuming that's a different league, not the NHL.
No, that's not the NHL. That's the minors. Probably a AAA affiliate of somebody or an independent. Is that independent or it has to be independent hockey league, right?
You know what? I wish we had a team, right? Because I'm such a homer that if we had a team,
the Dallas Stars.
Listen, I got into an argument with a guy at the Dallas Card Show about this when I told him I was from Houston, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you guys are the freaking dumpster fire out here." So there's a huge rival between Dallas and Houston. It's if you tell somebody they're from Houston, there should but Dallas is better. It's a big thing, but so I can't root for a Dallas team. Period. I would rather not watch than to root for a Dallas team ever in my life.
Yeah.
But when we had the what was it, the Arrows, the Houston Arrows?
Yeah.
I don't think they were an NHL team, right?
No,
they were minor league, probably that same league that Temple's talking about. It was buzz. It was a big buzz here in the city, man. The Aerodome.
Hockey's good stuff, man. I'm telling you. Until you've gone to a game or whatnot, you can't knock it.
I got to get into it. Is what I got to do.
It's crazy.
I don't know what to watch and who to watch.
Who gets Shohei? Honestly, I'm praying the Red Sox. His contract's up at the end of this year.
Oh,
and isn't Trout up at the end of this year too? Or maybe Trout's not up, but Shohei's definitely up. I'd like to see Shohei go to the Red Sox just because I'm biased. He probably ends up with the Yankees. That would be my guess.
Including
or the Mets. I don't know. One of those teams with massive money.
What? Oh, at the end of the 2022 season. Yeah. So he signed a 12-year contract.
Who, Trout?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Trout's done this year too, right?
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't see him. He's not leaving LA.
12 years, $426 million contract.
Yeah.
Including a $20 million signing bonus and $426 million guaranteed. So did he live out the 12 years of that contract?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, that guy got paid.
He did, but he's in California, so he's getting taxed like a mofo.
Oh, that's true. Maybe
so
he
probably made like $12. Yeah. Everything went to electric vehicles.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Rob says Ohtani's coming to the Braves, baby.
Dude, the Braves are set. They don't need Ohtani. The Braves are loaded. If there's one baseball franchise to model after, it's the Atlanta Braves. That they do it right. They sign all their young guys. They're locked up and loaded, ready to rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Build that farm.
2031. Yeah, Trout's not a free agent until 2031. That makes sense. But Ohtani's I see him leaving LA. Now that he's acclimated to America and whatnot, he's going to go somewhere else. Whether it's Boston, Chicago, New York, he's LA. He's the other LA. He's going somewhere, I think, big.
So Trout says he's a free
until 2031.
2031. But So it says here, Trout, who is widely considered the best player in baseball, is currently signed with the Los Angeles Angels through 2030. However, there's a clause in his contract that allows him to opt out after 2022.
Oh, so he'll opt out then this year to make more money.
Yeah,
He
I
was
would
smart.
imagine so. Yeah.
But he's been hurt, right? But again, at the same time, he's still arguably the
He's
best
freaking
player in
Mike
the last
Trout.
10 years, right?
Yeah, even I know
So
that.
he you know, if he's watching these guys get crazy dollars, he's going to go,
Yeah.
okay, everybody,
Yeah.
allow me to reintroduce myself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Allow me to read.
oh, the Phillies, you know what, Bobo? The Phillies is another good spot, especially with Dave Dombrowski there. That guy spends money like it's not going to be here tomorrow. So Phillies are a real possibility. I don't know. I think it's fascinating to think about like an athlete like Shohei Ohtani hitting free agency again. He's doing things in a sport that have never been done before, right? And we can say Babe Ruth, but that was in the 30s, and that was a whole different time. What he's doing now is unbelievable. So I think any team, you know, could he could be a first $50 million a year guy.
Damn, that's
easily,
big money.
Easily, right? Some of these guys are making 40 already. Why he's pitching and hitting for you at arguably like two of the best. You know, he's arguably one of the better pitchers, and he's one of the better hitters.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
two
for the price of one. So
yeah,
50
exactly.
million, you know,
he replaces two needs on your roster.
Yeah. You know,
what is going on here? I'm trying to look up who Dave Dombrowski is. I know he's in the Phillies guy, but I'm saying how you get his money.
GM.
Yeah.
He's the GM.
He's the GM.
Yeah, he's not the owner. Not the owner.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It does ruin the minor leagues. I know. Trust me, I know.
Oh, okay. I see what he's saying.
Yeah, because he just trades away all the young guys.
Yeah.
He loves stars. And I don't blame him. Yeah, Phillies won the World Series. Red Sox won the World Series when he was here.
But how often does that model work out, though? Right, where you're just you're putting together.
He's proved it a few times.
Has he?
Yeah,
but that doesn't get you. That doesn't build you a dynasty, though.
So, how many World Series have the Braves won in the last 20 years?
Shit, you're asking the wrong person, Bubba.
How about the Rays? Right? How about the Pirates?
1, 2, 3, 4. In the last 20 years, they've won 2.
The Braves?
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
95 and 21.
All right.
Yeah,
that's right. They did win in 21.
Yeah.
So, all right.
And then the other one was what?
What I said, do the Rays. The Rays have never won, so you don't even have to look at that. I don't think, right?
Nope. Never.
Yeah. So he won one with the Red Sox. He did not win one with Detroit. Oh, he had a loaded team. That team was loaded.
Braves 2 World Series. Yep.
The problem in Detroit, when they built that park, they made it like 7 miles to hit a home run. So I think they have to move in the fences.
There's no regulation on that.
What?
You could build your park however you want it, and just you build a home run machine.
There was a time period where the ballparks were being built that they were trying to, focus on the pitching because dudes were hitting the ball 3 miles, so they made the fence 6 miles. But then the game gets boring because no one's hitting home runs. So we're moving the fences in this year.
So it's on a year-to-year basis. Then they could just
not. I don't know if it I don't know how often teams move fences and crap like that in. But when you're killing your team by having 490 feet to center field, guess what? You're moving the fence in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Somebody had. I think Houston did that too, didn't they?
Yeah,
they moved their fence in.
Well, and then we had this
that triangle.
We used to have this hill that you can run in on, and it was like it was like a weird thing, and then they took that down and then like moved the fence in or something like that.
Yep.
Somebody was asking about a lawsuit against card porn. You know anything about that?
I don't. I really try not to pay attention to any of that crap, like hard.
I know that there was there was like a group that was suing Beckett. Did you see that?
Isn't that Alt?
Was it Alt?
Yeah, Alt suing Beckett, but Alt's not going to win that.
No, they're not because they cracked, right? Is it
yeah, they cracked the card, I believe, before
the
they
cracked
sent it.
Steph Curry? So the story goes, for those of y'all that don't know, Alt bought this card. The Steph Curry, was it like a gold refractor or something crazy like that? It was like some crazy ass 5, maybe 6-figure card of Steph Curry, like a Steph Curry rookie card. And it was a BGS 9.5.
Gold refractor rookie.
Gold refractor rookie card, BGS 9.5. They cracked it out of the case to send it over to PSA because they felt like it would transfer over to a PSA 10 and thus, triple in the value of the card. And when it went to PSA, they said it was trimmed. So the guys at Alt go, well, hold on. This was in a BGS holder. It was a 9.5. How are you saying it's trimmed? If it's really trimmed, then BGS graded a trimmed card without, So now they're trying to sue Beckett. But Beckett's saying, go pound sand, man. You cracked that card. How do we know that you didn't trim it when you cracked it? And so there's like a big litigation going on.
And there was nobody, from what I understand, nobody at all filmed themselves cracking the card.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no evidence of what happened. So that's going to get tossed. I'm not a lawyer, but
yeah, I would think so too,
tossed.
man. That's an easy thing for them to like back away from and just be like, hey, man, I don't think that I don't think that's ever going to be something that they're going to win. But I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, I don't know who mentioned that. What are you talking about?
Somebody in the
enlighten us.
Yeah, somebody in the comments. If you're still in, whoever, I saw it, and then as we were talking about something else, and I didn't get a chance to hit on it. But somebody,
there's a lot of baseball fans in the chat, man. I love it. We could talk baseball for the next 6 hours.
You know what I need to do next time we do this live stream? There's a functionality in StreamYard that I can tag, or I can connect your YouTube channel as well. And not only will we go live on Retro Hoops, but we'll go live on JD Sports Cards as well.
Oh, really?
So it'll pop up as a notification for anybody who's subscribed to your channel and notified, to your channel. So that way we get double the engagement. I just thought about that because I did the same thing with the Marvel guys.
You got a lot more than I do.
Yeah, but to your point though, you talk about
most of the people on my channel are in the chat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But not only that, but you talk about a lot of things that I don't talk about. Like I'm heavy baseball. True. I mean, I'm heavy basketball, and you're heavy, baseball, hockey, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people that'll come in and from
Bishop Ellie De La Cruz, man. Is he for the Cardinals? And I don't know where Ricardo Cabrera is, so I can't talk either of those prospects.
Yeah, De La Cruz is.
Now I'm gonna have to go to MLB. Let's go there. Screw it.
He's from the Dominican Republic. Ellie De La Cruz, Cincinnati Reds.
For the Reds. Okay. I think I just sold one of his first Bowmans. I don't know. You tell me, Bishop. Is he any good? You know who I love for the Reds is Jonathan India.
Both play.
I like Hunter Green as well. Remember him? He was all hyped up. And then last year, I think he went like 1-20.
What is he saying? JR, welcome back. They said it's not to put anything in your card and try to get a high grade, but at the same time, when you send your card into PSA, can't send them dirty, right? What do you do? Oh, yeah. So JR is talking about just in general, right? Don't put anything on your cards, but then you send them in, you get a bad grade. Kurt's Card Care, man. I mean, the guy's put together a great kit that helps you clean cards. There's so many people out there talking shit about Kurt, and it pisses me off. I don't feel like getting in any beef with anybody, but it's so stupid how much hate that guy gets when he's just a consummate human being. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he rules, that guy. He's a great human being.
I love Kurt, man. He's one of the best guys in the hobby, man. And his product's freaking awesome.
It is. So Bishop, just right off the bat, De La Cruz, 6'5", 200. I'm in.
6'5", 200.
Yep, playing shortstop.
Age 21.
Primo position. Shortstop, third base. I don't know who's the other guy.
Hey, let's not overlook the fact that the kid's from the Dominican Republic either.
Let's see here. I mean, last year he had 28 bombs for 2 teams, 86 ribbies, batted .304. So he's gonna stick. Where he played? He got to Double-A, so he's knocking on the door, right? He's knocking on the door. Bishop, where are you located? Are you a Reds fan?
Ricardo Cabrera.
I'll tell you who's a stud is one Marcelo Mayer. As is I don't know why he's still on this prospect list, but Corbin Carroll's a stud too.
All these guys, all DR guys.
Yeah, of course.
They're breeding them out there. Have you seen that video? I saw a video the other day on TikTok where there's a dad in the Dominican Republic who has a slingshot and he's flinging bottle caps at his son with a slingshot.
Yeah.
And the kid's hitting him with a stick.
Real? Oh, all right.
Have you seen that?
No.
Dude. And I mean, the dad was just sitting there back to back and just stretching him out, JD. I mean, you shot a slingshot before. We're old enough to mess with slingshots. And he's on a slingshot with a bottle cap, flinging him at his son from maybe 20 feet away. And the son is just cracking him. Really? And I'm just like, how do you not get into baseball? If you can hit a bottle cap that has been flung at you with a slingshot and you smack it with a stick,
your hand-eye and your vision is out of control.
Dude, that baseball is gonna look like a freaking beach ball.
Yeah, coming in at like 2 miles an hour.
And you're gonna be hitting it with a racket.
Yeah, Jordan Lawler and Jordan Walker, both studs. I don't know who Ricardo Cabrera is. I can't speak to him. So
wasn't Ricardo Cabrera who what's his name was talking about last time on the podcast? We got to have him back on.
Adam,
yeah.
Gertz. He's ready too whenever.
Gertz.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's who somebody that Adam was talking about, Adam Cabrera.
No.
Yeah, because the name I don't know why the name would sound familiar to me.
Cabrera? Because there's a lot of Cabreras that play baseball. Miguel Cabrera, Orlando Cabrera, probably a Jordan Cabrera. I feel like the top 3 guys on this prospect list are all in the pros. Alvarez, Gunnar Henderson will be there this year, and Corbin Carroll. Awesome Grayson Rodriguez coming up for the Orioles. Volpe.
Gunnar.
I don't know how good he is. He's just I don't know if he's hyped because he's on the Yankees. I'm telling you guys right now, if you haven't paid attention to Marcelo Mayer, that man is in the way the Red Sox are going with not signing shortstops. They're getting ready for him. So he'll be. I think he'll be up by the end of the year because they're not going to be very good.
Mayer, huh? Is Bowman auto?
He's a 2021 Bowman draft, I think.
2022 Bowman Chrome.
Yeah, but that's his first. Is that his first? That's not his
first. Everything I'm seeing here is 20. Oh no, yeah, you're right. 21 Bowman. 21 Bowman. $12
for a Bowman. What?
2022 Bowman first.
Chrome or paper?
It looks like paper.
Just a base card?
Marcelo Mayer. Yeah, but it's on bids though. Nobody's bidding on it.
Yeah, it's way too high. Yeah, Rob, I'll tell you, man. I've watched a lot on Mayer. I've watched a lot of the videos. The pop coming off his bat is insane. He's and they haven't signed. They have 2 guys in the minors. This dude and Manuel. I'm giving away my secrets.
You're giving away the sauce, baby.
Whatever. I don't.
There's
care.
A lot of Panini product on the kid.
There's another guy for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Raffala, who is going to end up on their team this year, either as an outfielder or somewhere in the infield. He's got like a Mookie Betts type body, like 5'8", like not very big, but crazy pop. Crazy pop.
Yeah, I'm completely out of this conversation, Bobo.
Yeah, it's all right. It's who's the guy? Emmanuel Valdez. The Sox picked him up in a trade with Houston for Christian Vasquez last year, and he's projected to compete for either second or short. And now with Trevor Story going out, he's another guy. I believe he had like 30 bombs almost last year in the minors. So yeah, it's him and Manuel. And then there's Edinson Paulino, another guy. So there's 3 guys for the Sox that I know pretty well. And I'm guessing Tristan Cassis is going to make first base as a starting roster, first baseman. So his crap will go nuts in the spring, as long as he doesn't go 0 for 300 in spring training. So,
did you see that video of Christian Vasquez when they told him he was getting traded?
Yeah.
He was like interviewing, like,
yeah, he was after the game. Yeah, they had to pull him from the interview.
Yeah,
like,
and they're like, "Hey,
shut up, you're gone, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen here, buddy. We can't have you talking in that uniform anymore. You just got traded. And he's like, "What?"
Andy Rodriguez, huh? Let's see here.
Retro, check your Insta. I just sent you a couple of monster cards.
Where's Steve? Steve, what are you bidding on? Andy, why doesn't people just click the link and come on and talk?
I don't, dude. I think people are. There's
Andy Rodriguez. Is that in a new product?
Richard, let me see. Bishop just sent me some stuff. Disappearing mess. Oh, you sent it to me on this. They disappear. I can't see them on here.
Dude, Daniel Jones, that card, Bobo, you should do pretty damn well with that card tonight.
Disappearing.
Oh, I know why I can't find it, because I'm in soccer.
Bishop, you got to send them to me as a picture, bro, not as the disappearing. Because once I see them, they're gone. I was trying to show them. I clicked on them and then they disappeared.
Why does this do this on this screen?
A collector's dream in the house. What's going on, boss? Birdie says, take control of the podcast. Hoops, hoops, hoops.
Yeah, we can talk basketball, man. Come on, someone pop on and let's talk, man.
We're the flow right now is baseball, man. That's what we're flowing with. That's what the convo flow is right now, man. I don't want to disturb any flow.
Nah, I'm just looking at price. I'm not seeing anything on autos that is crazy, man. And it may be because I don't have them all in here.
Oh, here we go. We got somebody coming on.
Do we?
419 sports guy.
Nice.
What's up, brother?
Dude, what up?
You are.
We got a Florida Panthers hat. Here we go.
I got a feeling.
Here we go.
He popped on just to do that.
Is this Jay Wilson? Nope.
It is. It is,
it
brother.
Is. I was going to say, I knew it was because of the stupid Florida crap. There we go. What's up, my man? Dude, me and this guy talk like 375 times a day.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to come in and stop the baseball nonsense. It's getting down.
Hey, man. Listen. You gotta go. You gotta go where the people want. You know,
like the I don't want to stifle. I don't want to stifle any flow. That's for damn sure.
So, my man, what's going on? How you doing?
It's a slow day.
Slow day on eBay.
Slow day on eBay.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know,
intro JD intro.
Yeah, Jay Wilson here is. I think you've been subscribed to my channel for a little while now.
I think we.
You're an OG.
Yeah, we met in Bobble's group. I think we did some. We did some trades, and then just kind of stayed close. But yeah, Cardhedger for quite a while. Love it. Use it.
Yeah.
I send all the bizarre stuff for them to add.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, for like pricing requests and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm a big oddball hockey guy, so I have all the weird like '90s insert stuff that they don't have. So,
But that's I always tell JD like the big thing is gonna come as we get more and more collectors like yourself who are into the oddball stuff. Like that's what's gonna make our pricing tool separate from everybody else's.
It also helps fill in the gaps too, right? Because
exactly.
Jay and I have talked. It's hard for me to think of what everybody else is wanting, right? So I just kind of go with I stick to a theme. Like so, right now I'm trying to bang out the '90s for baseball. So I just finished '96, moving into '97. But if he's like, hey man, can you add this? Either myself or River get it in pretty quick for him.
Yeah.
And which is what you want, because I think the biggest complaint about any of the pricing tool apps, you don't have my card, right?
Yeah.
If you want someone to sign up for your service, you need to have their cards. And and that's kind of like our thing is like we're trying the best we can to make sure that happens, because if we don't have your card, then you're not going to stick around.
And that's actually the good thing that not that I want this to be a Cardhedge ad or anything, but you request it and then it doesn't get added for like 4 or 5 days. You forget about it.
Yeah.
Then it's in a stack. So it's good.
Yep.
Nice. So you're primarily hockey?
I'm a recovering baseball, football, hockey guy. I'm actually switching to all hockey, so I'm getting rid of actually all my football, baseball, and basketball stuff slowly. I don't enjoy it anymore, so I got hooked on hockey about a year and a half ago, and that's all I buy.
So let me ask you, as you're saying you got hooked on hockey, you were like no hockey, and then you went from no hockey to like hardcore hockey, or you always been? Because JD's been trying to get me to get into hockey for a long time, and so have a couple of other guys, and I have no like funnel on how to get
hockey. Hockey's awesome. Hockey is awesome. The good thing about hockey is, in my niche, I collect the players who are assholes. So I collect Matthew Tkachuk, Mikko Rantanen.
I love Tkachuk.
Mikko Rantanen, all the guys who take the cheap shots, and people that get hunted on that's who I love. I mean, that makes the game so good. And when they cause like a 6-man brawl,
the ultimate is on the Bruins, Mr. Brad Marchand.
Yep.
Love him.
Yep.
JD, the people want to know what's your YouTube
Steve,
channel?
my YouTube channel is just JD's Sports Cards. Pretty lame.
You should change your name here. JD dash and then whatever your YouTube is.
I can do that.
Yeah, do that so that way people can.
You don't want me to go back to wannabe baller.
Wannabe baller.
Yeah, the biggest thing with hockey is just finding me. I just found a team. I liked. I actually like Tkachuk, so I kind of instantly attached to him, and then he went to Florida. So now Florida kind of became my de facto team. But it's fun to watch. It's ESPN Plus. You can watch every single game there is.
Oh, nice. Okay,
it's like $9 a month. It's not.
Yeah,
like
I have that already.
Yeah, it's not like 6,000 like it is for the NFL Direct TV and all that stuff. So
and a lot of if you have like Verizon or most of these cell phone companies are giving it to you for free now.
No way!
Sign up. Yeah,
just begging you to sign up.
Yep,
just begging you to
watch. You get like Hulu, you get Disney, and you get ESPN Plus.
All right, so between the both of you, because both of you guys are hockey guys,
Connor Bedard is a stud.
Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day. Everybody's off here.
Yep.
Is there a game going on tomorrow?
12:30, the Panthers play.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask.
Panthers Sabres. It's going to be a good one.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. It's like if there's a game tomorrow that you guys would say, "Hey, look, watch this game."
Yeah, I don't know if the
Panthers Sabres. I think it's 12:30.
And both those teams are good. Yeah, and the Bruins are playing Philly tomorrow at 1 too. So that'll be a good one too. Although it doesn't matter really who the Bruins play.
It takes a while. I mean, you don't know what's going on, but it's you slowly. To me, what it was is I coached travel baseball for like 10 years, so I know baseball is football, basketball. Like I said, I lost when the dream team was done. I kind of I cashed out on that, and then it's like learning a new sport. I never skated in my life. I never did anything, but it's just something really cool about hockey.
So
and the good thing is, hockey cold turkey. And the cool thing about it is, like, it's very niche. You have to buy a lot of the cards you want from Canada, which sucks because it's like $15 shipping.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the community is cool. I mean, it's a cool community to be in. You don't, and the good thing about it too, there wasn't the pump and dump really that happened with all the other sports. So like a lot of the prices are still kind of true to what they probably should be.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Like you said, I think you made a comment earlier about how nice the hockey cards are, like nice looking.
Yes.
So quality wise, they're much better,
like
much better product.
All right, now I got to go into the archives here of what I just got in. But like, I'll give you an example. Like, this is a nice card.
Yeah, a little patch auto there.
And it's a Bruins guy, Trent Frederick. Like he's like a fourth line player, whatever.
Player game worn too, not Panini manufactured.
Yep.
Yeah, and, it's not a Dick's card from Dick's.
No, it's not a Dick's card. But I think the big thing for people, right? I'm telling you, if you've never been, go to a playoff hockey game. It doesn't matter if you've never been. You're gonna get like sucked in to like hockey, and then all it takes is one good fight, and you're like, this is the greatest thing ever. Yeah.
I got a question for you here.
Yeah.
Willie,
the battery.
No.
Willie Plett. Apparently that guy walks around with no stick looking for a fight.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to pick one up.
So, Jay, what's your local hockey team, your pro team?
We have the Toledo Walleye,
okay,
which are a single A affiliate of the Red Wings.
All right.
So basically,
Columbus is your NHL team.
Columbus, Detroit. I mean, we're 2 hours. We're 2 hours from Columbus and like 45 from Detroit. So really, it's everybody's Red Wings here. There's no.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So yeah, that's easy.
There's no Blue
That's
Jackets,
a no-brainer.
So, yeah.
John says best hockey game tomorrow is Dallas at Vegas.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. There's so much good stuff. Like and like hockey's the nice thing about hockey too, and there seems to be some people that pay attention to hockey. Like Steve's a Penguins fan.
Yeah.
Like Sidney Crosby's like one guy I kind of move outside of the Bruins that I actually really like. Generally, it's a very Homer specific sport, which, baseball, you can be wherever, right? And especially with like the prospecting and things that go on that we were talking about before. But like with hockey, if you're in New England, where I'm at, it's the Bruins and that's it. And you know what I mean? If you walk around with a Montreal hat on, you likely to get punched in the face. Same thing, like going down to Philly or what, like everybody, it's very like kind of regional specific, which is cool because it really builds. Like I'll tell you a great spot for hockey that is it's not really anymore an expansion, but when they expanded into Nashville, the Predators, those home games at the Preds are like going into like gladiators at like the Coliseum back in like Rome, dude. It's insane. Nice. Like straight white out, like people losing their minds. So good. It's just good. It's just high intensity stuff,
Yeah.
Which is really good.
I'm gonna make some time to check out.
You got it. So Jay, man, let's talk. You want to talk inserts? I know you're an insert guy like me. What's the big insert you're chasing right now?
Well, and it's like you said, I just started getting. I talked to you the other night. Those 1 out of 240 pack inserts. There's like a national flag. So player. That's the other cool thing for hockey is you get such a broad spectrum of where people are from. I mean, it's kind of like basketball. Not as much with baseball or football, but with baseball, you get Dominican Republic and stuff like that. But man, with hockey, you get people from Czechoslovakia, you get people from Russia, you get people from Canada. You get them all over. Yeah. So, and there's the cool thing about it is they have, I think, they have the 90s insert sets of today. They have, like JD said earlier, the Big Man on Ice.
Big Man on Ice, yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I mean they got some stupid ones too. They have the cheddar.
That one's dumb.
Which is basically it's a slice of Swiss cheese with a player on it.
Yeah.
But it's really looking, and the good thing is, like JD said, they give the pack out so Yeah. And to me it's they're hockey has young guns, which are kind of like the rated rookies almost of basketball and football. Yep.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. And now,
somebody sent me that, by the way.
Now maybe 10 out of those 100 at the end of the day pan out. But there's probably hundreds of thousands of those printed. and yet some of them go for 20, 50, $100.
Yeah.
Where you have these insert cards which are 1 in 240 packs that nobody pays attention to. Now, if you look
crazy,
at
right?
yeah,
And
if you look at like 90s inserts
Yep.
of these cards that are like out of five, the inserts are like out of 5,000 and 10,000 of like the goats from back in the
Yep.
day, they're like $70 or $80.
Yep.
Out of 10,000.
You out of 10,000, what, like the odds that you can pull?
Well,
Or what?
1 out of
No.
10. No, 1 out of 10,000. They're serial numbered, like 1
Yeah,
out
serial
of
number
10,000.
Oh, I got you.
out of
Yeah.
10,000, and they're like they're like $50 to $100 sometimes.
Wow.
So I mean, people aren't paying attention to the odds, and that's what JD and I go back and forth in all the time. Is these odds are ridiculous, and people aren't paying attention to them.
Pack odds, that may have been like a strategic move by these card companies to remove the pack odds, because if you remove them, then you have no idea what you're chasing, right? And you have no idea. It's just like the comment that I made when JD brought up the if you could wave a wand and what would you fix? He'd say bring back pack odds. And when he said that, I immediately was thinking to myself, well, then if you don't have, since we don't have pack, how the hell do you know it's a case hit? You don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Is it a case hit? Is it a pallet hit? Is it a box hit? What are we talking about here? Right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing about it. With some of these insert sets, you have 40, and it's a case hit. Okay, so now you're getting 1 out of 40. How many cases you have to buy to get all 40?
All of them. Yeah.
To me, that's why I'm not a ripper. I'm a buyer. I'd rather spend 100 and overpay. We talked about earlier. Overpay $120 for the card I want, rather than trying to buy 10 boxes at 120 each.
Hobby Champ says, "Damn, I went to go eat with my girl, and you're still going."
Here's a perfect example, right? So this is the center of attention set, which is, by the way, a beautiful card.
That's a good looking card. Yeah.
Series 1, Patrice Bergeron. This is just the base, so I paid like $1 for this, right? Here's the gold parallel, which is a hit rate of 1 in 1,092 packs. Paid $5.
Wow.
$5. That's a no-brainer. $5.
Yeah. You paid 5 times more than the base card for a card that is 10,000 times harder to hit.
Yep.
But see, that's my point, though. My point is that when you take away the pack odds, and all you're talking about is numbered cards, like if that card was numbered to 100 or to 299, you almost don't give a shit, right?
Right.
Until somebody tells you, listen, you have to open up 100,000 packs.
Yep.
Or 10,000 packs, whatever the odds are on that one. 10,000 packs in order to be able to possibly hit one of these cards.
Like in the new metal that just came, I was texting him yesterday, right? In the new Metal Universe product, like the McDavid autograph, like Connor McDavid, right, Omar?
You've heard that name.
So like his autos and some of the insert sets, dude, are like 1 in 40,000 packs. It's insane. And someone pulled the 101 last night. I saw it in one of the groups. So the 101 gold auto was pulled of McDavid last night, which is like a 5-figure card.
But are they still numbered though?
Yeah, it's numbered 101.
Right. So then how do you how would they calculate pack odds if it's number? I would imagine that the pack odds are insane for numbered cards then.
So I think they do it by they just do
it by the set.
They do it by groups. So they have like an A, B, C, D. And like D is the most common guys auto you're gonna find. Gotcha. Then you know what I mean? And then A, there's like 3 guys that are in the A, and it's usually like the McDavids, the Patrick Kanes, the Sidney Crosbys.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
It's impossible to hit.
Yeah.
And when you do hit it, cha-ching.
Yeah, big money. Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, they some of the big hits, and I think it's across sports too. And this is why, I wish that they would all come together. The PMGs. Hockey still has the PMGs, which PMGs are awesome. Yep. Jambalayas. There's
jambalayas are the best.
Yeah, I mean they still have those. I mean there's a lot of stuff. Some of them I don't understand. I think are stupid. The one this year is called Pitter Patter.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what the hell
fighters,
it was.
Right? I think it's just the fighters.
Yeah, and basically it's based on a Canadian TV show from like 2015, and I asked, "What the hell is that?" I'm close to Canada, but I don't even know what that is. So I think sometimes they kind of another podcast I listened to, they actually talked to a guy from Upper Deck on the consistent basis, and he said, he's the product owner for Metal, and he said, sometimes you hit a home run and sometimes you really screw up.
Yeah.
So it's him making the decisions at the end of the day. So, but
hit
yeah,
or
I mean
miss.
and that's what it is. And to be honest, someday I'll probably go back to another sport, but for right now, it's fun.
Hockey's where it's at, huh?
It's the good thing is it kind of fits in the off season of all the other sports except for football. I mean, it covers, was it October to April?
June,
I think June. Yeah. So I mean, there's
the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. So it's a nice filler, but yeah, I like I said, I'm trying to sell all my other stuff right now, and I have so much crap. So
I am kind of in the same boat as you are with hockey with F1.
Yep.
That's how I came into F1 completely flat-footed. Yep. I knew jack shit about what was going on. I caught up a little bit with the Netflix series, and now I'm all in. I'm all in.
I did the FOMO with F1. I bought, I watched both things. I was watching it, and then I got to the point where I wasn't watching because the races. I'm like, I'll just watch. I watched the 8-minute replay. On YouTube.
Yeah.
And and I bought some cars, and I remember this conversation. I got a like a Tops Now Max Verstappen.
Okay,
It was like out of 25, and
I remember you showing me that.
Yeah, and I'm like, JD, I don't want to do this. He goes, sell it now. Because I think I got like $175 for it.
So you made a little cash on it.
No, I made $350, and it says it's like $175 now. So it was worth, that I didn't have that attachment to it.
Yeah, I got you.
At the end of the day, so it's it depends, but I don't have attachment. I have a bunch of vintage baseball. I have no attachment to it anymore.
But to that point though, it's what clicks with you, right? Like,
yeah.
It's ultimately what you end up like. What clicks with you. For you, it was hockey. For me, it was F1. It just clicked with me. I don't know what it was.
Or it's whenever I have my eBay dementia going on or schizophrenia, and I buy shit, and then I'm like, what? It shows up from Canada, like 3.5 weeks later, and then I'm like, what was that?
I remember this.
Why did I buy this again?
$60.
Well, okay.
Yep.
I'll put it in the box.
Yep.
Good stuff.
No, I do that too. Like, and I'm sure like other people if anybody's in the chat that's well focused on their buying and what they stick to, please share some tips, because I get into.
Oh yes,
like,
please.
I have like the best way to describe my collecting habits is like a 5-lane highway, right? So like sometimes I'm over here and I'm like looking at vintage. And then I switch lanes, and then I'm looking at Kevin Garnett stuff. Then I'm back in 90s basketball stuff. Then I'm into baseball. Yeah. And then I'm doing, and it's like, and then I switch back and I'm over here. And it's like, I kind of wish I could just focus on like 2 things.
But you can't, because you're a degenerate.
I can't. Yeah, I am. I am 100%.
A degenerate collector.
He goes on these binges.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll get a text at like 1:30 on a Tuesday, and he's like, I think I'm chasing this card. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, I respond to him usually within
because you're probably up doing the same thing.
Yeah. Or hey, did you see this? And I'm like, dude, don't show me that. And then I'm on eBay, and I'm like,
I'm like the pusher and the dealer,
Yeah. Yep.
Fanatics needs to buy Upper Deck and get all of their IP. I'd love to see exquisite basketball again, and Jordan back in Bulls jerseys. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's the one thing I said. If I could wave my wand, that's what I would do, is kill that in perpetuity contract that they own for Jordan's signature and LeBron's signature and shit. Who else?
Put that up right there. The next comment from Post Kings. Dude, best comment of the night.
100% agreed. Yeah,
because so right now, like I was saying, I'm loading in 90s baseball. So as I've gone along, like early on, there's really not much going on, right? But like right around 94-ish, 95, it really starts. 96, it's getting 97 is like a year where they're like, bam.
97, really, 98, 98, 99.
Dialed in, right?
Yeah, buddy.
And you could just spend your days doing that forever. because there's so much cool crap.
For basketball, 98, 99, 2000. I think those 3 years for inserts was like peak. I mean, just absolute peak. 98, 99, 2000. Those 3 years were just the best. I'm sitting with one right here, right in my hand. Fleer Force. This is 2000 Fleer Force. Special Forces.
Yep.
Jason Williams. This is the Force Field card. I mean, just a great looking card.
Yep.
Embossed. I mean, dude, they're just the
like
best.
Here you go, right? Like I just put this set together. This is 96 Leaf, hats off. These cards all feel like the baseball hat.
Like a baseball hat.
It out,
Yeah.
Eight little 8-card set, but it's good. Good stuff.
That big old patch right there.
I mean, look, it's not coming. But I mean, patches are huge. I mean, this one's the shape of a hockey goalie's mitt.
And those are game worn though, huh? That's all in-game.
Here's
stuff.
Here's a hockey stick.
Yeah, that's money.
Come on, that's dope.
Yeah, I got one coming with some hockey net in it. I showed you that one.
Yeah, it's got
big old patch. Look at
the
that.
patches are huge. It's a game. Sometimes it actually tells you the game they were in too. Yeah, that net stream you have coming, JD, is awesome.
Yeah, I have a piece of it.
Is that something that Upper Deck does? I think Upper Deck's the only one that does that, right? That'll tell you what game it came from.
Yeah, there's a soccer set out there, Futera, that does that. Like
you've been talking about that one.
Cristiano Ronaldo wore this game, this from this game, this date against this team, which I think is really cool.
That's
right?
dope. That's so dope. You and I talked about that with Peter, right? Remember when we were talking about that with Peter, where it's like, you want to talk about a connection,
the hockey sticks from April 7th, the game on April 17th, 1997.
Come on.
And then the patch is from the 2001 NHL All-Star Game jersey.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so I mean,
like, no better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Upper Deck, it's tough for them to sell, right? Because they've really dialed in on the hockey and what they do, and they do it so well. They're pretty much like the other guys should be copying what they do.
Agreed.
But for whatever reason, they have their own business model and they do what they do. And obviously people love them because their crap sells, right?
Yeah, and they honestly don't have to change, right? Because they own the rights to the two biggest players to ever play the game of basketball. Arguably the best player to play golf, because they own Woods in the same way, right? And then they have this they have
Gretzky.
Gretzky, and then they have this great thing they got going on with hockey. Why
Well, and I think too, when you look at Topps or Panini, they need to start thinking outside the box with their inserts. Hockey, there's a helmet button inserts.
What?
Yeah, you get a helmet button. I mean, and those, or it's a strap. It's stuff
That's
like
dope.
that. It's like
Panini does do that though with baseball. Like you can get like cleats. You can get like those cleat cards. Football, I've seen some like gloves and
I did a video.
Game use jockstrap.
Yeah.
I did a video
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, on what I would consider to be one of the best basketball cards I've ever seen, and it was an exquisite game worn like a shoe of Dominique Wilkins that was the pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
From the
that was out of National Treasures, wasn't it?
I thought it was exquisite. I could be wrong. Or flawless.
I think that was flawless. That was flawless. That was a hell of a card.
That's the to me, it's when you think outside the box for inserts, that's where I get giddy, because it's like
agreed.
I mean, that it's like I got the pump of a shoe from the human highlight reel. It's like
human highlight, exactly.
Yeah, how is that like the coolest thing ever?
But then for guys like us and Jay, I'm assuming you're kind of all in the same age range. Yeah. But we remember that, right? We remember getting those shoes and pumping them up. And
how tight can you get your D Brown pump ups?
Bro, that's and that's the thing.
Thinking they were going to make you jump higher.
Yeah, exactly. All it was doing was cutting off circulation to your toes.
Yeah. Those in the LA Gear catapults. Remember those things?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I was just telling my kids about kangaroo shoes the other day. You go to school with the zipper, you put your lunch money in your shoe, and you got to take off your shoe to pay the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was the best.
That's
and
good
when you
stuff.
can hit stuff like that, it's the greatest, right?
I mean, and that's really why anymore. When I chase somebody, in hockey, not to beat on hockey anymore, but hockey has multiple sets just like basketball, baseball, and football do.
Yeah.
So I've really focused on like 3 or 4 releases, and that's really what I get. So the guys I PC, I go after those 3 or 4 sets. It's Upper Deck, they're platinum, which is basically the Topps Chrome version. And then basically the Upper Deck base, and then metal are kind of the 3 I go after. And then anything else, I just get the numbered cards, for the rest of the years after they're. So I'm going to chase stuff for this year, probably when the dip happens
In the off
July, August.
Mm.
And then there's a 2 or 3 month dip that happened last year where hockey cards kind of went down. So that's where you can't feed the frenzy right now. I'm trying to stay away from the PMGs that are, you can buy last year's PMGs for like $25, and right now they're going for 70. So just wait it out.
Right.
Yep. Rob said he got some dirt. Randy Johnson, pitcher mound dirt.
Yeah, see, like stuff like that's fantastic. Like that's like a cool card to have.
Dead bird feather. That'd be cool.
Randy
watching dead bird feather.
Yeah. Friggin' blood all over your card.
Murder bird of 99.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Some Nolan Ryan blood from the knuckles, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Robert Ventura DNA in the swap.
Oh man, that'd be great. That would be great. Yep.
Jay, man, we appreciate you jumping in, dude. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. We've been on for a little over 2 hours, which is kind of our.
Damn, I just looked at that. I was like, holy crap.
I just did the same thing too. I was looking at it because we got a comment from Hobby Champs where he's like, "Dang, I went to go eat with my girl, and you guys are still going." And I was like, "Are we really?" And I looked up, and it was like right at the 2 hour mark. I was like,
I have that problem. I talk shit forever.
Oh, dude, we could do it all night.
Yeah.
We could do it all night.
Yeah.
And every now and then, I just gotta wait for my wife to come in and give me like the ugly eyes. Like, okay, you've been on it for like 2 hours. Okay, help me with these kids. I'm drowning.
Yeah.
But man, Jay, we appreciate you jumping in, man.
Thanks for taking the bait. Finally, somebody.
Yeah, I got my side hustle work done, so I had some time tonight. So
there you go, right on.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for jumping on. And the next one that we're doing, hop on as well, man, if you can.
We'll do.
All right, brother,
see you, buddy.
Good stuff, man. We got
all right, we broke the ice.
Broke the ice, baby.
We broke the ice. Somebody joined us.
Good stuff, man. Dude, we could sit here and chat all freaking night, man. We really could.
Yeah.
That's what people don't get. It's the reason why we do this, right? It's like, we're so tied up with wife, kids, family stuff, and then working together on Cardhedge and all that stuff. It's good to like kind of just break off and talk a little shit.
Yeah, thanks. A lot of you guys stayed from beginning to end. So
God for sure.
You.
For
God
sure.
Bless you.
Yeah. And then the other thing too that I want to start doing, I mean, we've in this 2 hours that we've been chatting, we obviously touched on a lot of points, and we had some good conversation going on each one of those points and things like that.
Yep.
What I'm gonna start doing is start chopping it up and kind of releasing chunks of it as we talk about like certain topics. Like right now, we just had that conversation with Jay.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna chop that off and create like a 20-minute video of just us having a conversation with Jay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
There. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Just to kind of, for the people that weren't able to join the live, it's a good opportunity to just kind of chop up the bits a little bit and kind of.
So I'm telling you what, too, for anybody that stayed from beginning to end, if you can, in the next,
here we go,
I don't know, day or so, if you email me, and I'm not going to put it in the video or anything like that, so you got to be paying attention. Email. If you can email me, jd@cardhedger.com, and tell me the 2 baseball prospects we talked about tonight, any 2, I will give you a free month of Cardhedge to try out.
I like that.
All right.
You know what we're gonna do next live that we do for the month of February, because we said we were gonna do one every month. I'm gonna stack up a few of these blaster boxes, and we're gonna do some giveaways.
Yeah, let's do it.
The other thing
we gotta get the hats too. We gotta get the hats rolling.
Yes, I need a pin down river. Yes, we do. All right, folks. There's 16 of you left in here. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so on the way out. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Special thank you to my man Jay for jumping in for a few minutes and chatting with us. That was dope.
Good stuff.
Hopefully we have a lot more folks next time. And I probably need to do a better job of letting folks know.
Can't we get up to like 6 people on this or something? 10
we can get up to 10. We can get up to 10. 10
Yeah,
people.
we can have a full round table going on.
I'd like to do it like hotline style though.
I've never even watched that.
You know what I mean? Like where somebody pops on, they're like, "Hey, I got a question." It's like, boom, they ask the question, we chop it up about the question, and then we drop the person off, and then bring the next person.
All right, yeah, cool. I
you know
like
what
that
I mean?
idea too.
That way, everybody kind of gets their time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, all right, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you guys. Love y'all.
Thank you. Later.
Peace.